Welcome back, Virtual Fencing Cowboy. It's a unseasonably warm winter day, but nonetheless, we're talking about winter with E-Shepherd.
So, winter with E-Shepherd, how does it hold up against Montana winters? So, no battery issues, even though went through periods of time with very low sunlight. Really good winter hardiness. We had almost a week of negative 60 degree Fahrenheit weather. So that's negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit to negative 30 degrees ambient temperatures, with strong winds sending the wind chill down to negative 60. And little sunlight without any observed issues during that time as well. And the herd was being opened up to new areas once every 3 days, so that was kind of our grazing scheme, just as a bit of qualifying information. And then winter feed reduction, so by utilizing stockpile forage or grass that has not been grazed or harvested, and then rationing that out for only what the cattle need every few days, we have been able to reduce the winter hay needed for livestock from our previous averages during sit stock grazing. So our average, which we used to always plan on, one big round tonner bale per 50 cows, we reduced from that level in the winter of 22-23 by 60%, and then from that historical one bale per 50 in 23-24 we reduced it actually by 80%, which is funny because we actually thought we were feeding more hay that winter. And then this past winter we reduced it by 30% because we had a lot more snow in the winter of 24-25, and unfortunately at the very beginning of the winter it actually melted, rained with a lot of wind, and then froze, so it locked what forage we did have underneath a layer of ice, and our stock just unfortunately really couldn't get to it. But even with that said, because of virtual fencing, we were still able to reduce off of our historical by 30%. When you start adding up hay costs, that is a big, huge return on investment for virtual fencing. So this demonstrates the strength and the precision of virtual fencing, where we accidentally drew a virtual boundary straight through a bale of hay. And after 2 days, this is what the scene looked like, with the cows having ate the bale up to the virtual fence line, tossing some of the bale further across the line, but not crossing the virtual boundary to get to the rest of that bale or the other bales that they could see and sniff just a few feet away. And throughout the entire winter, a single virtual boundary was enough to keep livestock away from bales of hay in the open. So when people ask how effective virtual fencing is, this is the picture I show them to show that virtual fencing alone kept these cows off of that hay. So this image shows how we have been bale grazing the previous winter and its associated heat map for the period of a few days, with every green landmark pin being where we had a group of 4 bales, which allowed us to track forage growth throughout this year for areas where the bales had been. Of note is the blue areas, where you can see the path they took to get to the water source, which is on the west hand side of the screen, as well as the 4 red dots in the upper right corner where we had 4 bales placed for this group during the days of this heat map. And that is how well the precision of this version of the heat map was. Unfortunately, they have changed the heat map and lost a little of the precision, but it looks a lot slicker.
And thanks for watching the Virtual Fencing Cowboy video series. If you'd like to know more, go ahead and maybe click that video or that one.